The Chicago Bears had a wild Wednesday. I mean, a wild Wednesday. One of the wildest days for the Bears I've had seen in a long time. From Justin Fields to Allen Williams to Braxton Jones going on IR. We're going to unpack all that and help y'all make sense of it right after this.
Stand up or lay down and get smacked with the pole.
By this time, everybody on that roster should know what it means to beat the Packers. It's simple.
If I was a coach, Justin Fields would have been balling from day one.
So the Chicago Bears started the day off with some crazy news. I ain't gonna get into exactly what the speculations was surrounding Allen Williams, but Allen Williams did resign from the Chicago Bears organization on Wednesday as the defensive coordinator. A lot of rumors going around. I'm not even gonna mention it and get into it, but I do got some things, some tweets here to hopefully give y'all clarity on the situation. One being Ian Rappaport giving us some clarity. He says the FBI did not raid Hallis Hall today. This is Wednesday. The league is not involved, and also Peanut Tillman is not involved whatsoever in the matter. I know y'all seen a lot of the tweets and everything going around. Hey, when I seen it myself, I was like, wow. I actually leave that up there for a little bit. I was like, wow, is this really happening? What is going on? Now, his lawyer actually went on 670 The Score later on Wednesday to just clear up some things. Now, even though his lawyer went up there and spoke on 670 The Score, there was still a lot of questions left because Allen Williams did resign. And it's like, why did he resign? And Courtney Cronin actually spoke with him as well. And this is what she said. I spoke with Andrew M. Stroth, a sports attorney based out of Chicago, who is working with Bears defensive coordinator, Allen Williams. He told me Williams is resigning due to health concerns and family issues. Given the false, and this is quote, she's quoting Andrew Stroth here. Given the false rumors and what seems to be out there on social media, I just want to set the record straight that Coach Williams has some health challenges and some family issues he's dealing with, and he thought it was the right time to take a step back and deal with those issues. He has tremendous respect for the Bears organization, and he just thought it was the time to handle his health issue and his personal matters. Now, when he says he has tremendous respect for the Bears organization, it makes sense because if you have that respect, that's why you're going to step down if something's going on that may damage the organization's brand or just bring back some bad publicity to the Chicago Bears. He don't want that going on. Now, what does that mean for the Chicago Bears defensive coordinator position? Obviously, they're probably gonna promote from within for right now. It's the season started. You can't bring a defensive coordinator in right now, so that's probably not gonna happen to the offseason. They're gonna promote from within. It may be I don't know. There's a few names. It may be one of the coordinators on defense, or I've heard John Hope going around. I've heard his name going around. It may be him. Who knows? We'll see when the Bears actually address that now tomorrow on Thursday or today. Is the head coach doesn't speak. So who knows if Ryan Poles or George McCaskey is going to get out there and get ahead of this, or they're already behind it, so they can't get ahead of it. Who knows? They're going to get out there and speak on it and give us some clarity, because there's still a lot of questions out there regarding this issue. Look, Allen Williams, I wasn't too sold on him in the first place. Last year, the defense was historically bad. It had some good moments, but it was historically bad. And this year, starting off the same way. My issue with Allen Williams is he wants to get home with his front four, and Eberflus is the same, but they want to get home with their front four. They run this 4-3 defense, Tampa 2. That's fine if your front four can get there. This front four of ours, our D line sucks. It sucks. The Chicago Bears D line sucks, and we're not getting there with front four. And Allen Williams, it seemed like he refused to send extra men at the quarterback. Um, Week 1 against the Packers, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember this correctly, we blitzed, I think, 16%. I think we only generated 6 pressures that whole game. That's not okay. Week 2, Allen Williams was obviously gone, and Matt Eberflus, the head coach, was calling the plays. It wasn't great, but we got a little more pressure. We definitely got more pressure, and he definitely dialed up some blitzes. If he was watching the game, you could see it. So without speaking too much on the whole scandal thing going on, but just football wise, it might be better off for the Chicago Bears that we move on from Allen Williams to begin with. I mean, it was not good. The defense was historically bad under Allen Williams, and I don't know what he could say or what anybody could say to defend him. Yeah, your personnel sucks. Don't get me wrong, the personnel sucks. That's why I don't know why he was trying to get there with 4. You're not getting there with 4 with that bad personnel on the D line. So that's what's going on with Allen Williams. He released a statement after his resignation, and I'll put that up there for you guys too. It may be a little hard to read, so I'll read it out loud as well. Allen Williams' statement regarding his resignation. This is what he said. It is with great regret that I render my resignation as the defensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears Football Club effective immediately. Not render, but tender my resignation. Sorry about that. I'm taking a step back to take care of my health and my family. I appreciate the opportunity to work with the Chicago Bears, a storied NFL franchise with a rich history. The McCaskey family is first class and second to none. I would also like to thank Coach Matt Eberflus and General Manager Ryan Poles for giving me the opportunity to come to Chicago. I would also like to thank President Kevin Warren, who just got there. I would also like to thank President Kevin Warren, the coaches and players, of which I value the relationships and camaraderie. I value the NFL Shield and all that it stands for. And after taking some time to address my health, I plan to come back and coach again. Sincerely, Coach Allen Williams. Wow. So the interesting part with that is at the end, he says, I value the NFL Shield and all that it stands for. And after taking some time to address my health, I plan to come back and coach again. That is big. So if he plans on coming back and coaching again, that means it's not as serious as a lot of people are saying on the internet. But he did resign and he did miss week 2. So it's all up in the air. I would advise you guys to just wait, just to wait, not speculate. Don't start too many rumors on what's going on. Just wait and let's see what the Bears release. I'm sure it's gonna come out at some point. Like everything do, it's 2023. You can't hide shit these days. Let's move on to Justin Fields now. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. He finally spoke his mind about the bullshit that was going on with the coaching staff. And I've said it, he looks worse than he did year 1, and he looks worse than he did year 2. And now we finally know what he's feeling the same thing. Look, he said a lot. It's a lot to unpack. Dan, I know a lot of reporters were trying to clip it, his press conference, and get likes and clicks, and I hate that. But hey, they got to do a job too. Justin Fields actually did 2 press conferences on Wednesday. We're gonna play the first one, and we're gonna talk about the second one because the second one was a direct response to how the beat reporters handled his first one. We're gonna listen to a little bit of that, just the first part, not too much.
Justin, when you went back and looked at the tape, what did you like from your performance and what didn't you like?
Yeah, I thought, definitely like the times that, I felt like I was in a rhythm. I think, once we kind of get plays going, then, that puts the whole offense in a rhythm. So, we put a couple of good drives together. on Sunday. Of course, things that I didn't like. I felt like I wasn't necessarily playing my game. Felt like I was kind of robotic and not just not playing like myself. So my goal this week is just to say F it and just go out there and play football how I know how to play football. And that's not that includes thinking less and just going out there and playing off of instincts rather than just of so much, so to say, info in my head, data in my head, and literally just going out there playing football. I mean, just going back to it's a game, and that's it, because that's when I play my best is when I'm just out there playing free and being myself. So I'm gonna say kind of just bump all the what I should do, what
I recorded and edited my 45-minute podcast in under 10 minutes using Riverside.
I'm gonna take that down. So, man. Let me get this ad off the damn screen. Pop that back up.
I'm gonna go out there and be me. So yeah.
When you are playing the way when you're playing like yourself, what does that look like?
We'll see. So
When you say thinking less, what do you think was causing you to think so much? Maybe
Here's the big nugget people took away.
could be coaching, I think, but at the end of the day, it makes it. They're doing their job when they're giving me, what to look at, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I, can't be thinking about that when the game comes. I prepare myself throughout the week, and then when the game comes, it's, it's time to play free at that point. So, just thinking less and playing more.
Hey, Justin, we've heard this before from other athletes. There are just too many coaching voices in your head at this point that you're trying to process so much. Is that part of what you're saying?
I don't think it's too many coaching voices, but I just think when you're fed a lot of information at a point in time, and you're trying to think about that info, like when you're playing, it's like it doesn't let you play like yourself. You're trying to process so much information to where it's like, if I just simplified in my mind, I would have did this. Like I saw a few plays on Sunday to where if I was playing like my old self, like we would have had a positive play.
That's
like
he
there would
said
have
if
been
I was playing like my
more
old
third down
self.
conversions. So I think that's the biggest thing for me is just playing the game how I know how to play it, how I've been playing it my whole life. So that's what I got to get back to doing. So.
there was a few times you felt like you were in rhythm and you liked the drives that you were in rhythm.
Yeah.
What does that
All
look
right,
like?
we're
How
gonna
does that
leave it
feel like?
right
You feel like, okay, I was in
there. So it was a lot, and that's just, you see it. That's only a 3 minutes of his 12-minute press conference. Go ahead and check that out. ChicagoBears.com got that up for y'all. Some takeaways from that. Justin Fields is finally, because look, Justin Fields is in year 3, and I've spoke about this. If you follow the podcast and you watch the podcast, actually go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel, bringing y'all post-game shows and updates on the Chicago Bears moves and news throughout the week. So go ahead and hit that like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. That'd be much appreciated. Justin Fields is in year 3, and I spoke about this on previous shows. Go ahead and check those out if you haven't. He is at that point where he's getting ready to get a mega deal, and for a quarterback, and that's generational money. That's 8-9 figures. That's generational money. He notices that, and he's on track. My Justin Fields meter that I put out last week, I think, or after the Sunday's game, was at 40% that he's gonna get that contract. It's not looking good, and it's dwindling by the game. He is not about to let this coaching staff stand in the way of him feeding his family. Generational money, and I know a lot of people feel a way about that, but still, he got to feed his family too. I applaud the man. Look, in that press conference, he said, "My old self would have done this." He knows, he feels he's not different. I mean, he feels that he's playing a different style of football than he's used to playing. And I think him stepping up in year 3 and going up to this podium and saying what he's saying is huge because he's better than Mitchell Trubisky. He's way better than Mitchell Trubisky, and it's shaping up to go down the same path that how it happened with Mitchell Trubisky and Matt Nagy. I applaud this man for going up there and not letting him ruin his career. Who knows how it's going to shape up after this, but hey, you got to start somewhere. So Justin Fields had the press conference, and of course, after the fucking press conference, you got Dan Wiederer. Dan Wiederer he doesn't like Justin Fields. I ain't gonna say he hates the man, but he don't like Justin Fields. If y'all listen to Dan Wiederer ever on his reports or his tweets or whatever, he does not like Justin Fields. Now, the man tweets he took the nugget where he blamed the coach, where it seemed as if he blamed the coaches, which he did put it on the coaches because, hey, what the fuck? It's not just Justin Fields out there. It's the coaches too. And we all got eyes and we watching those games. So he took those comments and got like 5 million views on a tweet, of course, and rightfully so. It was a good nugget to take. Dan Wiederer is good at his job, but he took Justin Fields' comments out of context. A lot of other people took him out of context. He was not throwing coaches under the bus. He's keeping it 100, and he's just telling y'all how he feel. He's robotic out. It feels like he's robotic out there. He can't play the game like he wants to play the game. Now, after that press conference, I guess Justin Fields doesn't have a Twitter, and I wish I had this video to show y'all. But Justin Fields called his own press conference by his locker after practice, called the reporters over, and they all surrounded him, of course. And he basically called him out like, hey, earlier press conference, I wasn't trying to throw nobody under the bus. I wasn't calling nobody out, which I mean, kind of was, but he was just speaking his mind. I don't appreciate y'all, chopping what I said up just for clicks. If you're gonna post what I said, post everything I said, not just chopping it up for bits and pieces for clicks, for clickbait. And that's what it was. It was clickbait, saying he was basically calling out the coaches and throwing them under the bus. Which he called out the coaches, but he wasn't really throwing them under the bus. So he basically said at the locker for his second press conference, I'm not blaming nobody. I need to play better. I got to step up. I'm playing like shit. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but this is what he said. I need to. It's on me. I won't blame nobody if I throw a pass and it's a drop pass or whatever. That's on me. I'll take the blame. I'll put it in a better position for you to catch that ball. That's what Justin Fields was saying at the locker. He said, if he said, I understand you got the beat reporters, you got a job to do, you got to, so he was basically, he was at the first press conference giving his opinion on the early struggles for the Chicago Bears. And he said, I was saying everything to try to be helpful to the beat reporters to help them do their job and help them get a story, you know what I mean? But he did not know they would flip it, which he should have known. They were going to flip it and take it out of context and post things for clicks. So Justin Fields was pissed, and it was probably one of the most personality videos I've seen of him. If you ain't seen it, go check that out. It's probably, I'm sure it's on The Score. You probably see it on Instagram, see it on Twitter or wherever. It's everywhere, but I don't have that for y'all today. But it's a really good video. You get a good sense of Justin Fields' personality because he can be a little monotone sometimes. Justin Fields can be a little numb to everything that's going on. So wow, he definitely finally stepped up because if he's keep going like this, he's not getting that contract. It ain't gonna happen. We're gonna move on to, I think, the last piece of news for the day. Braxton Jones being placed on IR with a neck injury. I'm not sure how it happened. I don't know how it happened. I'm sure the info or rumors are somewhere out there, but if y'all find it out, go ahead and put it in the comments for me. Inform me on that. But Braxton Jones has a neck injury going on IR, so he's done for a minimum of 4 games. I'm hearing it could be the whole season. It is a neck injury, so I'm sure it's not going to heal in 4 games. That is terrible. We're down Tevin Jenkins. He was placed on IR before the season. Nate Davis missed last game, so we had to have Jatari Carter fill in for him. And then you got Lucas Patrick at the center already because Cody Whitehair had to move. The O line is in shambles. It's nothing what it looked like going in the offseason. I feel bad for Justin Fields, even though the O line wasn't that terrible last game. It was bad, but it wasn't. He had some time to make some throws, but he's behind. He's going to be behind a makeshift offensive line now. The swing tackle we got is Larry Borum. I doubt that he'll be playing left tackle. So it's sounding like they're going to try their hand at putting Darnell Wright, the rookie right tackle that we drafted. They're going to probably try to move him over to the left side, left tackle, which I'm intrigued to see how he performs over there. It's a lot harder than the right side. You get paid more. Those left tackles get paid more than the right side. So you got to step up, young man, and do your thing. But I got faith in Darnell Wright. Actually, I'm kind of excited and intrigued to see him go over there. And they're probably going to move Larry Borum to the right tackle where Darnell Wright was playing. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. I didn't want to get on here and talk too long to y'all, but just give y'all a rundown and try to help unpack some of the rumors and speculation and all the just the news that surrounded the Chicago Bears on Wednesday, because they dominated the headlines. They dominated the NFL headlines, if not all of sports headlines on Wednesday. So I ask y'all to please refrain from the speculation and the rumors surrounding Alan Williams, and just let things play out. With that being said, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all week, and we're going to be giving y'all a preview to that Kansas City Chiefs game, which is going to be, who knows? Hey, maybe we pull it out. I doubt it, but y'all have a good rest of y'all day. I'm going to try to do the same. Peace.